all stations. Hello, all stations. Hello, all stations. Good evening. This is W1HQL for the W4SVI Everglades Amateur Radio Club Net. My name is Steve, and I'll be acting as your net control station for the weekly informational net. The purpose of this net is to informally gather club members and other amateur radio operators to talk about ham-related information, to get on the air, chat, and have a good time. All radio amateurs are invited to participate in this net, and this net operates, of course, you don't need to be a member of the club to check into the net. And if you just got your certification or your license as an amateur radio operator, and you took your test at the club, FYI, you have 1 year of free membership. So one of the benefits of coming over to the club and taking your test. Well, this net operates at 7:30 p.m. every Tuesday evening. On this repeater, and as always, if there is emergency or priority traffic, we will yield the frequency and assist as much as we can. The Everglades Amateur Radio Club is an ARRL Special Services Club. We do offer ham licensing testing, yearly field day operations, and other ham-related activities. Our club is also associated with the City of Homestead's Emergency Operations Center, the American Red Cross, and Miami-Dade Races, and will assist in communications support. Our regular club meetings occur the second Friday of every month over at the John D. Campbell Agricultural Center at 7 o'clock in the evening, and that's at 18710 Southwest 288th Street. We just had our meeting this past Friday, and had a great turnout, great meeting. Had several people testing, and congratulations will go out to November 6th Delta Mike Echo Doug. He upgraded from General to Extra, and there were, I think, 3 other folks that tested there, and they tested to get their tech, I believe. So congratulations to all those. So, again, I'm W1HQL Steve over here at Homestead. Got some interesting information for you and stuff about Winter Field Day. So let's start taking some check-ins.
Kilo India 4, Victor Echo Yankee, Lewis, West Dade, and I have some traffic, Steve.
All right, Lewis, go ahead with your traffic. I know they're relays.
Yes, sirree. I got 6 relays. Let me start with KC4CFK, KC4CFK, Eddie, followed by Kilo Bravo 4, Papa Hotel, Valeriano, break.
Go ahead.
Whiskey 4, Alpha Sierra, Whiskey 4, Alpha Sierra, that's Alberto, followed by Kilo Golf 2, Charlie Sierra, Bill, break.
Go ahead.
Kilo 4, Charlie Victor Whiskey, Margarita. And the next one, and last but not least, is Julian. Kilo November 4, Alpha Tango Zulu. Kilo November 4, Alpha Tango Zulu. Julian.
Okay, I'll just repeat the back, make sure I got them correct, and we'll continue on with additional check-ins. Of course, I got you, Kilo India 4, Victor Echo Yankee, and I've got Kilo Charlie 4, Charlie Fox Kilo, Kilo Bravo 4, Papa Hotel, Whiskey 4, Alpha Sierra, Kilo Golf 2, Charlie Sierra, Kilo 4, Charlie Victor Whiskey, and Kilo November 4, Alpha Tango Zulu. All good?
All good. And listen, do me a favor, Steve. Put one more person down because he told me he wasn't sure whether he was going to be able to check in or not. His name is Ramon. I'm sure you remember from him checking in. His call sign is Whiskey 4, Lima Charlie Mike. Whiskey 4, Lima Charlie Mike. Ramon.
All right, Whiskey 4, Lima Charlie Mike. Thanks, Louis. Do you have anything else for the net?
Oh, that's it, and I agree with you 190%. It was a great meeting, and, hey, everything is looking good. Full speed ahead.
All right, thanks, Louis. All right, any additional check-ins? Come now.
Alpha, Kilo 4, Fox, Uniform, Frank, and West Kendall, Steve. I have no traffic at this time.
Kilo 4, Uniform, Tango, Lima, Ron, South Miami, no traffic.
Kilo November 4, Romeo Golf Fox, Eric in West Kendall, no traffic.
Kilo November 4, Sierra Lima, Kim in West Kendall, no traffic.
articles, but let me read these out first. I got Alpha Kilo 4 Fox Uniform, Vice President of our club, Frank. I got Ron Kilo 4 Uniform Tango Lima. I've also got Eric Kilo November 4 Romeo Golf Foxtrot, and Kim Kilo November 4 Sierra Lima Lima. Stations, just stand by for a sec. My pen just ran out of ink. Stand by. We're good to go. Yeah, right. Good to go. Of course, the one I grabbed. No good. Now, let's see. I got a red one here. Let's see if this one works. And that one don't work. Look at 3 pens down. Holy Christmas. Why didn't I throw them away? And we just break out a reliable pencil and we can move forward. Okay, and the next sound you hear, me tossing 3 pens in the garbage. All right, next thing I want to bring up is, let's see, the nationwide communications exercise is being conducted until November the 17th. It's the Military Auxiliary Radio System, or MARS. It's called the COMEX. It's called the COMEX, and it is lasting through the 17th. Both the Army and Air Force branches of MARS are involved in the Department of Defense quarterly exercise, which is an interoperability drill using amateur radio frequencies to gather information from local hams. The details include weather details, county status reports, and situational awareness. During the exercise, announcements of interest to hams are being made on WWV at 10 minutes past the hour and at WWVH at 10 minutes before. The Department of Defense began using the WWV and WWVH stations during exercises held early this year. Any amateur radio operator who is interested in COMEX can download the free PSK software, and it's called MSDMT. That's Microsoft-Delta Delta Micro Tango. What the heck is an M? I forgot what an M was. Holy Christmas. Anybody tell me what the alpha mnemonic for M?
It's Mike, Steve.
Oh, thanks. Whew, talk about a brain freeze. All right, so Mike Sierra Delta Mike Tango. Mike Sierra Delta Mike Tango. That's the name of the free PSK software. So you can decode the military digital mode that's being used. The software is available on the website called DODMars.org. That's Delta Oscar Delta Mike Alpha Romeo Sierra.org. DOD, as in Department of Defense, Mars.org. One word, DODMars.org. To keep you occupied in your shack if you are interested in listening in to some military/amateur radio communications.
Good evening for everyone in frequency, and over and out. Over.
Okay, we got you down, Luciano. A little light in the repeater, but we got you. We know it's you. Thanks for checking in. Kilo Charlie 4 Uniform Golf Echo. Do we have any additional check-ins or any questions or comments about the last article I read you?
Kilo Mike 4, Hotel Juliet Papa, Ron, no traffic.
Kilo Golf 2, Charlie Sierra, Bill with the relay.
Bill, go ahead. Give me the relay, but Lewis already took care of that for you.
Basically, I didn't want to holler radio check. This is 50 watts from the 991A. Am I holding the repeater?
You are holding it full quieting, sir. Full quieting. Better than what I heard you when I was monitoring the previous net.
Well, how about that? Anyway, yeah, the oxidization here by the water, that's a subject for another time. Anyway, and I know I got the relays in, appreciative to Lewis, because I just wasn't sure. Anyway, thanks for running the net in 73s. KG2CS, Bill in Key Largo.
Thanks, Bill, and thank you for everything you do for the club. Bill is our lead VE for the club and administers the testing. So he's been responsible for assisting folks to become amateur radio operators. So, Bill, thank you for everything you do for the club.
73s.
7-3. Any additional check-ins?
Zulu, Romeo Hotel, Steve, West Kendall, no traffic.
Charlie 4, Bravo Papa, Jose Antonio, Kendall, no traffic. Good evening.
Okay, Steve, I got you down Kilo 4, that's Zulu Romeo Hotel, right?
QSL.
Okay, and I got Whiskey Charlie 4, Bravo Papa. Thanks, guys, for checking in. Also, for those that are interested in 10 meters, there's something that there's a recent post that I saw in QRZ.com, and it was a message out to, or an invitation out to hams, and it's called Get Back on 10 Meters. And it's a gentleman in Ohio, Gary, Kilo 8 JCR, Juliet Charlie Romeo. He's really fired up on operating 10 meters, and what he's trying to do is just rally folks to get on 28-400 as much as possible, and just put calls out there, and see if you can get a hold of anyone. He's monitoring 28-400 as much as he can. He's trying to get other folks to do that. So there's a possibility that you may be able to make some great contacts in 28-400 if people follow his lead. So if you do have a 10-meter radio or your HF radio is capable of 10 meters, swing over to 28-400 and bark out a few CQs and see if anybody bites. What the heck? It's worth a try. That's what we got our amateur radios for. That's why we got them in our shack, to use them. Did that just before the net, and no reply, but at least I did it. I feel good about myself. 28-400, put out a few calls, no reply. Well, I'll do that again when I close out the net. And speaking of closing out the net, we were discussing going on 17 meters this evening and trying that out. Upper sideband, 17 meters. And I think 18-135 would be the most appropriate frequency. From what I understand, 18-135 seems to be a popular 17-meter frequency. So who knows? If we don't hear each other, we may hear somebody else. Who the heck knows? But let's try it. It's at 18-135, and I remind you folks are over at the close of the net. So with that said, any questions or comments so far about what we discussed, and do we have any additional check-ins?
K4QKL checking in. Have no traffic, 73.
Kilo Mike 4, Hotel Juliet Papa. Steve, did you get my check-in earlier?
Yes, I did. I failed to acknowledge you. I'm sorry. Kilo Mike 4, Hotel Juliet Papa. I did get you down, and I think what I did was I skipped you because I was trying to remember Steve's call sign, Kilo 4 Zulu Romeo Hotel. I did copy Whiskey Charlie 4 Bravo Papa, and then finally John, KK4QKL. Thanks, guys.
Your room over at the Ag Center?
No, I couldn't get over there this weekend. The YL had me pretty occupied.
No, Steve, I was saying, can I just drop it off and leave it in the radio room for your convenience to pick up whenever you have a chance?
Absolutely. I know you know how to access it, so that's not a problem. Just let me know when you do, all right?
We'll drop you a email after that. Kilo Mike 4 Hotel Juliet Papa, standing by.
All right, thanks. We'll talk later. 7-3. Hey, let's talk about field day. Winter Field Day will be coming up in January, the 25th, 26th, over at the Bayfront Park in Homestead, right by the water. And I just want to reach out to the group. Hopefully we still have folks that are listening. It looked like we're going to have a pretty good turnout because we had quite a head count over at the club on Friday, and most folks raised their hand and said they're going to participate in one way or another. What I should have done was also ask who plans on staying overnight, so I could get an idea of that. But we have another meeting coming up in December, the second week of December. So and there'll be the second week in January also. So we got 2 more meetings to go before Winter Field Day. It's going to come quick. So some ideas. So I'm reaching out to you folks. I tapped out a list here that I'm just going to go over and explain to you some ideas that I had, and that all they are just thoughts to feed to you. It doesn't mean we're going to do it. It's just things that you might want to consider should you want to try it out. What the heck? Field Day is about fun. It's about experimentation, trying things out that are amateur radio related, and that's the theme that I use to come up with these ideas. So let me get started on that. But first, let's see if we have anybody else out there. I'll take some check-ins, and we'll do the Winter Field Day ideas.
Kilo 4 is November 4, Sierra Foxtrot 9. Howard, Little Gables, no traffic.
Okay, that was a double. I got you, Howard. You won that one. Kilo November 4, Sierra Fox Lima. There was another station in there. I think it might have been Jose.
That's correct. Kilo 4, Sierra November Bravo.
All right, Jose, we got you down. Kilo 4, Sierra November Bravo. Okay, like we talked about during the meeting, Vice President Frank, AK4FU, brought up the, we'll call it the simplex test. Well, we'll set up a talking frequency so we can do range testing, okay, and give us an idea, and give you an idea, not us, but give you an idea of the range of your equipment. I mean, you could start right from the house, and as you're driving in, testing your base and your mobile operations. So we'll have a simplex frequency set up that'll be determined when we get closer to the date of the field day. Also, if you can't make it to field day, just get on that simplex frequency and hang out. I mean, it'll be a good rag chew thing to do also. So that's another idea. You know, if you can't make it to field day, whatever that simplex frequency is, just hang out on that one and just stay posted with the activities that are going on down there. Anybody that may want to set up a repeater, that's an idea. Set up a repeater that's unique to the field day event. Anybody that might want to consider getting a tethered balloon and hanging a crossband repeater with a portable radio, a handheld radio, and using it as a crossband repeater to see what kind of range you can get out of that. We got satellite communications that we could also try to do. Digital DMR station, an APRS station, mesh network experiment, even if you want to set up let's say a satellite field day station. So we have a Camp A and a Camp B. A being at the park, and maybe Camp B being at what do you call it? At the Everglades Amateur Radio Club's location, or an alternate location somewhere else. If anybody wants to coordinate something like that, that'd be cool. If we can have the same, we're in a field day, the camps linked together by RF and working different bands. We can also schedule a net. KG2CS will be on Sunday demonstrating a net that he moderates, or it's net control on 40 meters, the South Cars, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. And I think he does that on Sunday morning. So we'll have for those folks that like to see how that works out. But we can also schedule a net that's unique to our operation there. Let me break and see if I've got some more ideas. I'm just reading off a list that I've been trying to develop as the days go on. But let me break, see if there are any additional check-ins, because I've been babbling for quite a bit. Give the repeater a little rest and hear from you guys on ideas. All I'm hearing are crickets and frogs. I didn't scare you away, or I hope I didn't bore you, but I'll continue on. See, we talked about scheduling a net antenna experimentation. Listen, there's going to be a lot of people hanging out, and we're all interested in antennas and amateur radio operations. So, antenna experimentation is plays a big part in field day operations. So you can experiment with different types. Your station setup experimentation, and getting together with folks there for ideas and assistance. You can consider a fox hunt. If you don't know what a fox hunt is, we'll discuss that during our next meeting. Slow scan TV. We've done that before as an experiment on after the nets, where we go up on VHF. You take a picture, and we've experimented with that at the club. We've demonstrated it at the club. You take a photo and send it out on slow scan TV, so other stations that can't make it to the field day event can actually see stills that are being broadcasted out of the event. Let's see, I wrote down 1 hour block operations. Well, we may have multiple stations operating, so one of the things that we'll be talking about would be, let's say we have 3 stations that all are pretty well set on operating on 20 meters, for example. Well, we can go first come, first serve and do 1 hour block operations. We just uninterrupted 1 hour just doing your thing on 20 meters. Then you take a break, and then the next person with their station set up will take the next hour block and just rotating it in that manner. So that's just, I throw it down as with the field day ideas, so I throwing that in there. And that's the list that I've got so far, and I think it'll get bigger if I get input from folks that are out there that are listening, and, as I sit around and I start thinking about this, other ideas might pop up. But I'm open to any suggestions. This is W1HQL for the W4SVI Everglades Amateur Radio Club Net. Let's take some check-ins and comments, please. Somebody provide some input.
Steve, this is KN4RGF. Just a comment. It looks like you sent out that email blast on WinLink. I got it last night.
Excellent. I think you replied also. I'm pretty sure you replied. And I went up on their WinLink website, and rather than using the radio, I used their website and replied. I read your message, and I think I replied back to you.
Okay, not sure, but I'll look for the reply.
All right, copy. Thanks for that update. And I'll bring that up. We can also do have a station set up for digital operations and sending out emails and things like that, and doing a demo regarding that and how that WinLink system operates. And what I did was I took down everyone's email address and blasted out an email yesterday, I believe, just in general, talking about the meeting, and I think I put something in there about simplex operations or what have you. But it sent it out via HF. I actually connected with a station that was in Texas somewhere. It was a 900-mile hop over to Texas, and we had a great connect. It was on 20 meters, as a matter of fact, 20 meters, and the information got loaded into his system, and then once his radio received that email, it blasted it out to the rest of you that were on that email list. So that's what we're just talking about. You're listening to the W4SVI Everglades Amateur Radio Club Net for ID. Mike call signs W1HQL, taking check-ins or any comments.
This is November 4, Charlie, Juliet Golf, no traffic.
November 4, Charlie, Juliet Golf, got you down. Thanks, fellas.
Boring. Always prepared, except for maybe I suggest you go to crayons instead of pens. But anyway, no, terrific job tonight, Steve, as always. Thank you. Bill, KG2CS.
Thanks, Bill. And we're going to head over to, if you have the opportunity, we're going to try 17 meters, 18135.
Okay, well, QSY 18135.
Roger, I'll be in a few minutes. Any other check-ins out there?
Mike Radio.
K4AMR. I got you, Harold. How you doing?
Pretty good. I'll try to get over there in a few minutes to check in with you guys. Working on dinner, though.
Okay, well, that's more important than checking in with us, but we'll be looking forward to hearing from you if you have the opportunity. Thanks, Harold.
Steve KN4RGF, one more comment. I called a couple of CQs on 10 meters, but no luck either.
I didn't think so. Usually 10 meters is pretty good in the morning, early on, just after sunrise. It seems to be the best. Bill, KG2CS, he's got more experience working those special bands than I do. He's a good wealth of information and offering suggestions on 6 and 10 meters.
Yeah, actually, I'm a 1010 member, and there's different frequencies that are operated for the different 1010 nets, but the calling frequency is never a bad way to start. I'm member 68006, and 1010 International was started in California after the big, just absolutely massive peak they had in 1958. By 1962, it was in the doldrums again. So 1010 International got started. So if you folks are interested about 1010 activity, go to 1010international.org, and well, by golly, you'll find all about it. There is some folks that will make a 10-meter contact just about every day for like years. Just about timing, like you said, Steve. A little bit of ground wave, but a lot of times, especially here in South Florida, some of the interesting just propagation mode is terrific. Anyway, I'm rambling. KG2CS, back to net control.
Thanks, Bill. That wasn't rambling. That was great information. 1010international.org. Good stuff. But I'm going to keep at it. Well, actually, every day I'm usually hitting 28,400 and 5125 every single day.
Yes, you will get rewarded. Anyway, 73s for now. We'll QSY.
Okay. And with that said, that concludes the net this evening. Let's see if we have anybody else that wants to check in. And a reminder, we're going to QSY to 18 decibel 135. That's the 17-meter band on upper sideband, and we're going to see if we can get something going there. Folks, nothing heard. Thank you for tuning into the net this week. I hope we offered, gave you something of value and was interesting to you, and you walking away with something that you didn't have before. And you can tune in same time, same place, same station. And this is W1HQL. My name is Steve, and this was the W4 SV Everglades Amateur Radio Club Net, and we're currently we're QSY to 18135.